In today's world, athletes are often judged not just for their skills on the court, but for how they choose to live and express themselves off it. Female volleyball players who are gay, bisexual, or part of the LGBTQ+ community have faced criticism, stereotypes, and unnecessary judgment, when in reality, their courage to be authentic should be celebrated, not condemned. Volleyball is about teamwork, strength, and passion. These athletes prove that identity doesn't define ability, and love doesn't limit greatness. Today, we dive into the top 10 female volleyball players who are proudly part of the LGBTQ+ community. This countdown isn't just about who they are off the court, it's about honoring their achievements, their resilience, and the message they send to the world. That being true to yourself is the ultimate victory. At number 1, we have Paola Egonu, a name that echoes power, resilience, and authenticity. By 2022, she had already conquered Europe with Conegliano, before moving to Vakıfbank Istanbul. But while her volleyball brilliance was undeniable, the spotlight often shifted unfairly to her personal life. When asked about her relationships, Egonu made it clear. "Don't ask me if it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. I like people, and I don't care about gender." That honesty sparked headlines, but it also revealed the prejudice athletes face when critics focus more on who they love than how they play. Egonu has spoken openly about being a black woman in Italy, confronting racism and stereotypes while rising to the very top of her sport. Courageously, as a teenager, she admitted to loving a woman, and stood firm against labels that tried to box her in. Her message is simple yet powerful. Love is love, and identity is fluid. So why do some still judge her for expressing herself, instead of celebrating her as one of the greatest volleyball players of her generation? Paola Egonu reminds us that authenticity is strength, and her victories, both on and off the court, prove that being true to yourself is the ultimate win. Sliding into number 2, we celebrate Gabriella Guimaraes, better known as Gabi, the captain of Brazil's national team, and one of the finest outside hitters in the world. With Olympic silver in Tokyo, bronze in Paris, and multiple club world championships, her resume speaks for itself. Yet, critics often try to define her by her personal life instead of her incredible talent. Gabi has spoken openly about being bisexual, sharing how volleyball gave her the courage to embrace her identity. She described the sport as a watershed moment, exposing her to teammates who lived authentically and inspiring her to do the same. Coming out to her mother lifted a huge weight, proving that acceptance begins at home. Her relationships, including a past with Brazilian legend Sheilla Castro and her current partnership with influencer Bruna Unzueta, have drawn attention online. But here's the question: why should love overshadow legacy? Gabi's story isn't about gossip, it's about courage, honesty, and breaking barriers in a sport still learning to embrace diversity. She reminds us that being true to yourself doesn't weaken your game, it strengthens it. And as captain of Brazil, Gabi shows the world that leadership means authenticity both on and off the court. At number 3, we highlight Melissa Vargas, the Cuban-born powerhouse who now dominates for Turkey's national team. Her explosive spikes and fearless play have made her one of the most talked-about stars in volleyball. Yet, much of the conversation around her has been unfairly hijacked by speculation. Fans and media often link Vargas to teammate Zara Gunish, pointing to hugs, shared moments, and social media clues as evidence of something more. In fact, Melissa Vargas' hugs are often linked by some online commentators to claims that she is bisexual. These narratives have fueled gossip about her being in a relationship, but Vargas herself has never publicly confirmed her orientation. She remains private, single, and focused on her career. And here's the bigger issue. Why do critics and fans insist on defining athletes by rumors instead of their greatness? Why is a hug between teammates turned into scandal instead of celebrated as the bond that makes a team stronger? Melissa Vargas reminds us that speculation is not identity. What is undeniable is her power, her leadership, and her ability to inspire. Whether she chooses to share her personal life or not, her legacy as one of volleyball's brightest stars is already secure. At number 4, we honor Ebrar Karakurt, the fiery opposite hitter, who has become both a star for Turkey's national team and a symbol of resilience. Her talent is unquestionable, but her openness about her personal life has made her a target in a country where LGBTQ+ athletes still face hostility. In 2021, Ebrar posted a photo with her girlfriend on Instagram. The backlash was immediate. Conservative media, politicians, and online trolls hurled homophobic slurs, questioning her place on the national team. But instead of hiding, she stood taller. When graffiti labeled her lesbian Ebrar, she clapped back with defiance. "You can write it on your walls while crying." That courage turned her into a cultural icon. She has never denied the label, never backed down, and instead embraced her identity proudly. Fans now celebrate her as one of the few openly lesbian athletes in Turkish sports, while critics continue to waste energy on prejudice, rather than appreciating her brilliance on the court. So here's the question. Why should love be treated as controversy, when her spikes and leadership prove she belongs at the very top? Ebrar Karakurt reminds us that authenticity is power, and her refusal to be silenced makes her not just a volleyball star, but a beacon of freedom. At number 5, we celebrate on Buijs, the Dutch outside hitter whose career has taken her across Europe, Brazil, and now the new LOVB league in the United States. On the court, she's a leader for the Netherlands national team, known for her consistency and power. Off the court, she's equally inspiring, living openly and proudly as part of the LGBTQ+ community. On's love story is one of volleyball's most celebrated. Since 2016, she has shared her life with Brazilian middle blocker Ana Carolina da Silva. The two met while playing together in Rio, built their relationship across clubs in Turkey and Brazil, and in March 2023 they married. Today, they continue to play side by side in Nebraska, proving that love and sport can thrive together. Unlike athletes forced into silence, On Buijs has embraced visibility. She posts tributes to her wife, shares affectionate moments, and is recognized worldwide as part of one of volleyball's most iconic power couples. Her openness is not just personal, it's political, a statement that love wins even in a sport where LGBTQ+ athletes have often been judged unfairly. So here's the question. Why should anyone focus on who she loves, when her game speaks louder than words? On Buijs reminds us that authenticity is strength, and her marriage is proof that being true to yourself only makes your victories sweeter. At number 6, we celebrate Haleigh Washington, Team USA's middle blocker, Olympic gold medalist in Tokyo, silver medalist in Paris, and now a star in the LOVB Salt Lake franchise. Her dominance at the net is undeniable, but what makes her story even more powerful is her openness about who she is. In 2020, Haleigh came out publicly with humor and confidence, tweeting, "I am not cuffing my pants because I am tall, I am cuffing my pants because I am bisexual." That playful honesty resonated deeply, and she followed it up by embracing her bi vibes trademark with pride. Since then, she's been celebrated as one of the few openly bisexual athletes in volleyball, recognized in LGBTQ+ sports lists and Olympic coverage worldwide. Her message is clear. She doesn't talk about her sexuality to be a trailblazer, but because she wants to live authentically. As she put it, "You are perfect and beautiful exactly as you are." That kind of visibility matters, showing younger athletes that being yourself is not a weakness, but a strength. Haleigh Washington proves that authenticity and excellence go hand in hand. Her spikes win matches, but her openness wins hearts, making her not just a champion, but a role model for inclusivity. At number 7, we celebrate Sheilla Castro, the Brazilian volleyball legend, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and one of the greatest opposite hitters of her generation. Her career defined an era, and even after retiring in 2022, her name continues to resonate across the sport. Sheila's personal life has also drawn attention, with relationships that highlight her place within the LGBTQ+ community. Earlier in her career, she was in a long-term relationship with fellow Brazilian star Marianne Steinbrecher, a pairing that fans celebrated as one of volleyball's most iconic couples. Later, she married Breno Blasioli in 2013, and together they welcomed twin daughters in 2018. More recently, her name has been linked to Gabriella Guimaraes, Brazil's current national team captain. Fan communities and media have often discussed their bond, portraying them as partners and weaving their story into volleyball's broader LGBTQ+ narrative. While Sheilla has never explicitly labeled her orientation, her history of both same-sex and heterosexual relationships has led many to embrace her as bisexual or queer within volleyball circles. Sheilla Castro's story shows that love and identity are multifaceted, and authenticity takes many forms. What remains constant is her legacy: a champion, a mother, and a trailblazer whose presence continues to inspire both on and off the court. At number 8, we highlight Naiane Rios, the Brazilian setter whose skill and vision have carried her through clubs like Minas Tênis Clube, Volleyball Bauru, and now Valero Lucanet. Born in 1994, she has represented Brazil internationally, including at the Under-23 World Championships, and continues to shine in professional leagues across Europe. Naiane is also openly lesbian, a fact documented in Brazilian media since 2016 and recognized in her public profiles. She was part of a humorous campaign by lesbian volleyball players in Brazil, using wit and visibility to challenge stereotypes and celebrate authenticity. Unlike cases clouded by speculation, her openness has been clear and embraced within the volleyball community. Though she keeps her personal life relatively private today, her identity remains an established part of her story. She represents the growing visibility of LGBTQ+ athletes in Brazilian volleyball, a sport where authenticity and representation are increasingly celebrated. Naiane Rios reminds us that being true to yourself doesn't require controversy. Sometimes, it's simply about living openly, playing brilliantly, and showing the next generation that freedom and authenticity belong on the court too. At number 9, we celebrate Emilce Sosa, the Argentine middle blocker, who became a cornerstone of Los Panteras, representing Argentina at the 2016 Rio Olympics and shining for clubs like San Lorenzo. Her powerful presence on the court made her a leader, but her openness off the court made her a role model. Mimi has been openly lesbian since her early 20s, sharing her story with pride and honesty. In 2018, she married Brazilian player Emilce Silva, a love story that began as rivals and blossomed into teammates, friends, and partners. She spoke candidly about discovering her orientation at 18, telling her family, who embraced her fully, and never hiding who she was. As she put it, "I'm a very open person. I never feared assuming it in society." Though her marriage later ended, her authenticity never wavered. She continues to live her truth with pride, reminding fans and younger athletes that freedom and identity are not things to be hidden, but celebrated. Mimi Sosa's journey shows that visibility can be joyful, and that love and courage can coexist with sporting excellence. Her legacy is not only as a veteran of Argentine volleyball, but as a proud example of living openly and authentically. At number 10, we celebrate Rosamaria Montibeller, Brazil's dynamic opposite spiker, Olympic silver medalist in Tokyo, bronze medalist in Paris, and a standout for Denso Aribes in Japan. Her powerful play and determination have made her a fixture in the Seleção Brasileira. But in 2024 she also made headlines for something more personal, living her truth openly. Appearing on the Brazilian TV program Conversa com Biel, Rosamaria spoke about who would be cheering her on at the Paris Olympics. Alongside her family, she proudly mentioned her namorada, her girlfriend, Cristal Mastrangelo, a lawyer from Rio de Janeiro. That simple, heartfelt acknowledgement was her public coming out, celebrated by fans across Brazil and beyond. Since then, Rosamaria and Cristal have appeared together at events like Rock in Rio, with media outlets covering their relationship as a story of love and support. She's also been vocal against homophobia, reminding everyone that respect and equality belong in sports. Rosamaria Montibeller's journey shows that authenticity is powerful. Her spikes win matches, but her openness wins hearts, making her not just a champion for Brazil, but a proud symbol of visibility in volleyball. And that wraps up our countdown of incredible volleyball stars who are proudly part of the LGBTQ+ community. From legends like Sheilla Castro and Mimi Sosa, to trailblazers like Ebrar Karakurt, Haleigh Washington, Rosamaria Montibeller, and more. Each of them shows us that authenticity and excellence go hand in hand, proving that love, identity, and sport belong together. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe for more stories like this, give it a like, and share it with your friends to spread the message of inclusivity in sports. Now it's your turn. Who did we miss in this countdown? Which athletes inspire you the most? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.